Entry number 5,926 of why is this team like this? I don't understand. I do not understand why this team just feels the need to play every single game close. They're the only team in the National Football League to lead by 7 in all 10 of their games. And then they blew another double-digit lead, up 13 points. Like, it's good enough. That's good enough against Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. But Vikings got it done 34-31 against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers in a game. I mean, if you watch the Vikings this season, like if this is your first year as a Vikings fan, this will age you significantly. It's rough. They're the best 5-5 team in NFL history. And initially, when the Vikings were 3-5, that started off as like a joke trope. Is like a best 3-5, but they legitimately might be. Like, you can make a good case that the Vikings should be 10-0. You can make a good case that they could be 2-8. Right. So the fact that here we are, and the fact that the Vikings can hit such high highs with so many big-time injuries as well, and also can hit some low lows in the same game, it's rough. The Vikings are firmly in the NFC wildcard race. They're currently the 6th seed, by the way, because the Saints lost, the Falcons lost, Carolina lost, and the Vikings have the in-conference tiebreaker over the Niners. By the way, Vikings 5-5 at Niners 5-5. That's a big-time game in the Bay Area next Sunday. Also, hey, even though the Packers are still 8-3 and the Vikings are 5-5, let's not count the Vikings out of the NFC North race, man, because the Vikings are 1 up against Green Bay, which is big, plus have 4 total division games left, including 2 against the Bears. So, yum time. It could be yum time. So, keeping the dream alive, keeping Skull alive. Let's talk about the game. A man of the match, it's got to be Justin Jefferson. He did it again. And we always say, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and Jefferson did that. 8 catches, $169, and 2 touchdowns. Nice on 10 targets. And then that game winner, just doing JJ things. 56 with the game on the line. Wow. And the big-time chunk plays, 43 on 3rd down, 50 on 3rd down, drawing that 37-yard defensive pass interference. That's what alpha wide receiver ones do. And Green Bay, Joe Barry, respect. They're no dummies. They sold out to try and stop Justin Jefferson. That's why Thielen had himself a big day. That's why KJ had himself some opportune catches as well. They couldn't stop him. They simply could not stop number 18. Plus, respect to Clint Kubiak for diagramming up plays and finding creative ways to get Jefferson open. And also, winner number 2, Kirk Cousins. So, ay Dios mío. I mean, so everyone and their mom criticized Kirk Cousins for being too conservative, Charlie check down. And then we knew that this was going to happen. It was going to be pendulum swing the other way because Kirk Cousins did not give a frick today, man. He let it fly. 24-35 for 341, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but yes, the big but. Threw a bad pick to Darnell Savage, but roughing the passer. Threw a bad pick to Darnell Savage, but Thielen broke it up. Threw a bad pick to Darnell Savage, except he dropped it. That could have been the game ender because you know that Rodgers is going to march down the field in that defense, and they'll kick a field goal and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, he should have had 3 interceptions today because all 3 of them were bad at Darnell Savage. But the pride of Maryland, thank you. Thank you, Darnell. Darnell Savage is the Vikings player of the week. It's just great. But Cousins had 128.4 quarterback rating for the game, 144.4 in the first half. They let it fly. 9.7 yards per attempt, which is amazing. That's almost 2 full yards ahead of his season average. And he was just an absolute assassin on 3rd down. The Vikings moved the chains. They opened things up, and absolute dimes with some bad offensive line play. And frankly, this game, it reminded me of Kirk Cousins' second game ever with the Vikings, Week 2, 2018, against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers. You know, the game that ended in a tie? That's what it was. And also, I think the final score was 31-31, but just amazing, man. Next up, winner number 3, Harrison Smith. Harry back after 2 games. Guess who's back? Back again. Harry's back. Tell a friend. And Cameron Bynum was being used in conjunction with Harrison and Xavier Woods. We'll get to Xavier Woods in a little bit, yeah. But the thing is, with Cameron Bynum on the field and then with the 3 safety looks, Harrison was freed up to do Harrison Smith things. Like, basically, they played him as an outside linebacker through most of the game, which they tend to do against Aaron Rodgers. He had 4 tackles. He had a sack to start the 4th quarter. He got some pressures. He got some heat on Rodgers. He disrupted plays. He broke up developing screens. Harrison did so many awesome things today. that do not show up in the stat box, that probably won't be picked up by PFF, but it was great to have Harrison Smith back, and I love seeing Harrison and Cameron Bynum on the field together. Maybe take Xavier Woods off. Yeah, we'll get to him. Winner number 4, Mike Zimmer. Yeah, again, respect here. This team was fired up, and the defense in the first half, confused and confounded Rodgers throughout the first half. No Daniil, no Pierce. It seemed like no problem. They were manufacturing pressure. They were getting after it. Second half, Rodgers got into a groove, but a lot of it was big-time plays downfield. I think that they were still generating a pass rush. They were still getting pressure. I think Zimmer was very good in his timing of blitzes and usage of extra men to confuse Aaron Rodgers up front, and just showing some big stones in some big-time spots. Some of those third-down blitzes were great. And, of course, we can't praise Zimmer without pointing out, still allowed another effing touchdown in 2 minutes before half. 59 points under 2 minutes in the first half in 10 games. They're easily on pace for an NFL record. Also, the lack of awareness in the 2-minute drill as well. KJ Osborne, he did not catch that ball. It was clear that he did not catch that ball from his body language. He should have told everyone during that timeout, hey, I did not catch the ball. So once they start things going, after this timeout, we get on the ball, we snap it. That should have been the mandate from Zimmer, because you're just waiting for them to stop play. They didn't stop play. Get the snap off. But also, the whole just blowing another double-digit lead, that's rough. Winner number 5, Sheldon Richardson. Sorry, defensive end Sheldon Richardson, baby. Just getting it. And this is a winner for the entire defensive line. Sheldon played some defensive end today because they're shorthanded up front, and made a Pro Bowl, by the way, with the Jets in 2014, back in the day, when he was playing 5-tech, 3-4 defensive end. So he knows his way around the edge. Big-time momentum sack in the fourth quarter that he shared with Harrison Smith, and the Vikings were playing games up front. Sheldon Richardson, man, I mean, this was his game. He dominated up front, and I love to see it. Andre Patterson's crew got after it. Armand for Watts, also respect, filling in for Pierce, getting pressure, got a sack, shoved Rodgers down and forced that fumble. Just really becoming a force in the middle, because last year Armand for Watts played a lot, but he just simply did not get it done. But this year, baby, 96. Also, Everson Griffin, in one drive, he took us through the entire Everson experience. He drew a false start, or whatever. Well, he jumped after there was a false start. Then he lined up 5 yards off sides, and then he was part of a strip sack. I mean, that's the complete Everson Griffin experience. I love it, man. Honorable mention winners: Greg Joseph, because he's not a winner because this is just like the Lions game. You're only hitting a game-winning kick because you made mistakes earlier in the game. Like, if he makes that extra point, who knows if we need Greg Joseph on the final drive. But it's whatever there. Obviously, it changes things. Butterfly effect. Packers go for 2 somewhere in there, but it's still respect. Good job on hitting a chip shot field goal when you have to. Great. Clint Kubiak, very creative and wide open on offense. This is probably the most creative and fun Vikings offense I've seen this year. They're still running the ball, except it's not the typical run, pass, but they're airing it out. They're using Justin Jefferson creatively. They line him up in the backfield. You can't cover that. Try covering Jefferson with a linebacker or safety as he's run an option route or angle route out of the backfield. Good luck. Also bad. So second quarter, Vikings were up 16-3. They just got a big-time stop against Green Bay. They had a chance to really salt this thing away. Either at minimum, go up, drive down, go up 19-3. Ideally, go up 24-3. But on 3rd and 1, they run a toss play to C.J. Ham. Now, my criticism of the call has absolutely nothing to do with C.J. Love me some C.J. Ham. He's great. But in that spot now, I mean, come on, man. It's frustrating. Also, honorable mention winner, Thielen, 8 for 82. And a touchdown on 10 targets. Just 3rd down conversions on that sideline. That last one, where it should have been picked by Rasul Douglas, I don't know. Also, great pass broken up on the Cousins deep ball by Darnell Savage on the Cousins deep ball. Nailed it. Dalvin Cook really started hammering in the second half. Green Bay initially started in the first half, was like, hey, we're going to stop 33. That's going to be our mandate. But really started getting going in the second half. 22 for 86 and a touchdown. Also, big boy blocks from Ezra Cleveland in the running game. Not so much from the rest of the offensive line. We'll get to them in a second as well. But the Boise Bulldozer, baby, when they need a yard, they'll run behind 72. Love the way that he's come together. Cameron Bynum, big nickel, great. Patrick Peterson back, played okay, even though he left the game with that hamstring injury. Hopefully it's nothing that's going to carry over to these next couple weeks. Losers. Xavier Woods. My God. I don't think I've seen a Viking safety have that bad of a game since Jamarcus Sanford, maybe. Tyrell Johnson, maybe. People will say Sendejo, except Sendejo had some rough games, but it was never this bad. It was so... So we'll go in chronological order. MVS for 39 on 3rd and 12. 3rd and long, given up to the corpse of Randall Cobb for 15. Whiffed on a tackle on the reverse to St. Brown. Lost in coverage on the Adams touchdown, except that was a scramble drill, so it's whatever. But then singled up against MVS. They brought the blitz. They hit it. 75 yards just right after the Vikings. Went down, scored a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, up 7. He just gave it away. It was rough, man. Hey, Xavier Woods, here's what's frustrating. He's looked good at times this season. Just today was not one of those days, but hopefully he steps it up. Otherwise, Cameron Bynum's taking your job. Also, the fake Rodgers timeout, where it was a bit of gamesmanship. It absolutely was, because it's a total free roll. So Rodgers looking over, trying to take the timeout. Either he gets the timeout, or the pass rush, like they did, is going to pause for half a beat because it looks like they call a timeout. So even though the ball is snapped and they're going to come off the ball, a lot of them just stood up. So then he had all the time in the world to find Adams in the corner of the end zone. So, Aaron, you done messed up. Done messed up again. Also, losers, the Vikings offensive line, they struggled all day. It was really rough. I can't wait to see the pressure numbers on Kirk Cousins, because I think it may be 50%. And also, Green Bay was missing a number of their pass rushers, so I don't know what's going on. Kenny Clark. So Mason Cole got the start over Garrett Bradbury at center. It's the right call. It is still the right call. Kenny Clark just sort of threw Mason Cole around, but Kenny Clark does that to everyone. Imagine how bad it would have been if Bradbury was in there without 2 weeks. Missing the last 2 weeks. So whatever there. Darisaw had a bit of a rough go of it. Luke Stocker. Don't leave him singled up against Preston Smith. I mean, come on, man. And overall, yeah, the Vikings offensive line struggled mightily up front. But Kirk Cousins, he was amazing. He was really amazing today. Aside from almost throwing 3 picks, just whatever. But again, we just wanted that sweet beat down, like 42 to 13 blowout against Green Bay. But no, we have to just get up by double digits, let them come back at the end of the game, because we're the 2021 Vikings and we never play a normal game. So 5-5 the hard way. Keeping Skull alive. Next week at San Francisco. They're looking pretty tough again. Yeah, they beat the Rams' ass last week on Monday Night Football. They went west to east, which is the toughest direction to go. They beat a bad Jacksonville team, but they still got it done. There was no letdown. There was never any doubt. They did not play down to the level of competition, and now they come back home. They're firmly in the playoff race, and it's like, oh, the Shanahans and the Kubiaks. Ooh. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. About your thoughts on our thoughts. The Vikings, the best 5-5 team in NFL history, getting it done against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Venmo. Support the work. Pay that man his money. But until next time, Skull, production value.